level she needs to be at is back up. Is to turn that off. Is to homeschool her and actually concentrate heavily on the stuff that she is seriously behind on. And the way we're looking at it is there's a lot of things like I don't know, geography, American history, that type of thing. You could, we can. There are requirements she has to study those every year, but she doesn't have to study them at her grade level. And our belief is because primarily it's her reading level that is behind. What we need to do is concentrating on bringing her up to she's 8th grade now, so we need to get her up to 8th grade reading level. But teaching her 4th grade geography, I don't think is a serious issue, because so long as she's learning it, that's a fine thing. Okay, that was my phone, excuse me. Check on things. Don't roll. My phone software has been updated. It is things. Okay. Not important mail, email things. Okay. Oh, that was something though. Nope, not something. I probably don't really want to be driving this across the field because it is kind of stressing my tractor to drive up and down the hills. Case has a little bit more horsepower, so a little bit better on doing things. So yeah, the last few weeks have been, if it rains I can't do yard work. If it's not raining, I need to go and buy food, take care of Mrs. Osa, take her to the hospital occasionally and all that sort of thing. And it's just been, everything's been getting in the way of kind of the stuff that really needs to be done. So as I said, our yard looks terrible. The grass definitely needs to be cut. There are still a fair number of potatoes in the ground, and we need we've got some hedges need to be trimmed, the weeds need to be dealt with, and it's just a little bit overwhelming when your spare time just isn't there. Morning doesn't work too well because the ground's still damp from sort of the dew. Kind of like this farm has a problem with doing things during the fall, although technically it's July, so it's still summer, but still the mornings have been very damp lately, and because the grass is so thick it's not really feasible to get out there and do. Yes, we're driving through the grass field and through the hedge. But it's not really been feasible to get out there and cut the grass first thing in the morning. So we're getting to the point of the day where it's now dry enough that I could go out there and cut the grass. But somebody has to sit by the phone and wait for Mrs. Osa to call and say, come pick me up from the hospital. So I can't go out there and cut the grass unless I sort of message her and say I'm not going to be with, near my phone for the next hour because I'm going to be cutting grass. It is what it is. The plan yesterday was to pick her up from the hospital at sort of 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I would then be able to cut the grass in the afternoon, but as I said, that didn't work out. Okay, you're good there, you're not rolling. Get you moving too. See, this tractor, much easier to get things rolling. Oh, brakes. Stopping, however, completely different kettle of fish, and we made it. Yay. Okay, so I was going to have liquid fertilizer in this. Oops. Okay, let's stand there. Connect that up to there, and we're on selected rear. Let's fill the rear tank up. So the front tank has the 913. I'm not going to worry. I am going to worry about filling that up. Okay then. It's a matter of interest. Oh, that's a refillable tank that's actually not disappeared. Wow. Okay. Pop that off. Might have to move the tractor forward. Oh, just reaches. Yay. Okay. So as I said, the front tank has about 900 in it. And if we jump inside the cab, I don't know. The indicator should say so. I can't tell. It's too dirty. Oops, wrong one. And turn off the pump. Pump out, disconnect the hose. Oops. I have super strength on, so that's a bad thing. There you go. Okay. That works. So yeah, I could put another 300 litres in the front, but really, well, I don't think we're going to use that much, and we're going out this way. So it looks like, well, we're a little bit flighty on the back end. Maybe I should have put the extra 300 litres in that front tank. So our 2 barley fields we did fertilise last week, early this morning from Game's point of view, and the clover fields have now been cut sufficiently that the nitrogen levels in them are below required. So yay. So I can run up here and spray this one. The other one's still covered in silage bales, which we need to get moved. I kind of want them moved before the end of today. So that's our barley field, which, as I said, is completely... Is that completely? Excuse me while I jump out. And yeah, nitrogen is perfect. So that one's good. Obviously the field off to our right, number 26 was that, is covered in oilseed radish, so we'll learn how much that adds to a field later. Right now, stop. Good grief, stop. I think what I'll do is I'll spin round the bottom here. We unfolded. Oops. Liquid fertilizer forwards. Okay, I'm not getting any spray out. Stop. See, this is, oh, nitrogen okay, 100 of 60. Well, yeah, that's more than it needs to be. Okay, we can fold that up. I will abandon this up here for now. We'll get back to the potatoes, because that's the thing I want to get done. So we got this barley field, and then there's another one behind those trees over directly in front of us. Where is it? This one here. We bought that last week, we sprayed that. So those both done. Good to go. And we need to turn the engine on, turn the pickup on, and drive. I think this would be a lot easier in a multiplayer, but I appreciate having this equipment around. It's a shame you can't use it with a worker. Now you could use it with Follow Me if you used the straight out the back harvester. But because we used the side unload harvester, that ends up creating a double windrow, or a double row of potatoes. So you can't follow it easily because things. Okay. Also, I think the harvester only ran at 4 miles an hour. This runs at 6. We'll back up there. So I am seeing, if you look very closely, there are spots where there is a potato in the ground. I think a potato is about 58 litres. So just along there, there's sort of a single, every so often there's a couple of potato dots. But I don't think it's worthwhile going to get the harvester and doing the job any more thoroughly than it has already done. Jump out here, see right along here we have bits of potatoes, but the problem is we've got the harvester and then we've got the collector. I would have to harvest everything and then collect it all, and that's a lot of work to do. As I said, if I had a cheaper harvester that did a rear drop rather than a side drop, that'd probably work a little bit better there. But I think. This is, I think this will be 150,000 litres when we take this one back to the yard. Which way? That way. Oh. So yeah, multiplayer potato farm with a couple of farmers on grain carts, potato carts, and a collector running. And again, we blew through that. Oh. This would be a lot easier than it is. Well, this tractor's going to struggle now because this is quite a big, heavy load. Alrighty. And there we go, now we're rolling. Now I did check on the nitrogen levels on our field 5, I think it is, the other clover field, and I thought that was deficient in nitrogen. I might be wrong. Okay, let's try not to wrap this around the gate post this time. Of course I could cheat and just drive through the hedge. Try not to do that. Where are we up to? We're about 10:30 at the moment. As I said, still haven't got a message from Mrs. Osa to say they're letting her go yet. She's just hoping they let her go at the moment. Just drive on the grass because why not? So here, nitrogen, see this is 60, so nitrogen on this field is low. Well, all perfect. Whereas nitrogen on this field, and this is clover as well, is 100. I don't know what the deal is. Okay, I'm going to jump in the truck and get that filled. So maybe I need to bring the spray down here and spray this field and not the other field. Although, yeah, nitrogen needs on this field are not really significant. Obviously we are going to get a little benefit from fertilizing this field a bit. But obviously I can't spray this field until all of the bales are off it, and we have a fair few, so loading up the truck every so often is probably a good plan. Loop, and that one, yay. Grab these two, and we'll head back to the entrance to the field and call it good for now. Now, one thing I don't want to do is leave the bales on the truck between a game save, because sometimes there are issues with doing that. I could probably unload them onto the truck. There's that, I guess. And we need to get you back to the potato field. So I could probably have got the potatoes done quicker than I actually did. But I think it's taken me less time than I thought it would, even with all the other distractions. Struggle. Come on, tractor. But I think for next fall we will get another 30,000 litre trailer. I might put the extensions on this one, which I think it's got extensions, which will make it about 37,000 litres. It's not. I'm not going silage trailer size. I'm just going, the grain boards at the top. And then probably a Roland trailer. Again, another 30,000 litre 3-axle trailer with sideboards as well, small sideboards. That way I can spend more time harvesting, because I'll be able to unload the harvester 8 times. And then we'll do a convoy down to the yard to unload, like I did with the semi truck and this trailer on the what were we doing, sugar beet field. Stop. Thank you. Back it up a little. Okay, you're empty. A little patch of potatoes on the grass to our right. I'll try and get those. Really shouldn't be driving on the grass here, but that said, don't think the grass is grown enough for us to be damaging it just yet. Alright. So I think that's most of the potato bits sitting around the edge of the field. I think what we'll do is we'll run this corner. So that is a problem with the potato harvester, is the windrows do not remain within the bounds of the field. So, in spite of the grass headland, we do have issues with crop dropped outside of that. Okay, how are we doing here? We're doing good. I noticed the neighbours' kids were out this morning. I'm just wandering around aimlessly, but the elder of the two appears to be unloading the truck, so I guess they're not going anywhere this weekend. They seem to go away many weekends. Okay, we just overfilled, so let's go get this again. That definitely looks like more than half of it picked up. It's the problem, I can't look at the field state to see whether it's, needs harvest, needs cultivated, that sort of thing, because we've harvested it. Well, this is now just collecting what's on the ground. Okay, let's bring this down this way. I shouldn't, but it's the more direct route. Could run through the neighbour's fields too. That looks like a gap there in the trees, the tree line. Very, very bad. So this field, that's a lot of grass headland on the right there. Although it's dropping away, you probably don't want to run a harvester through that. Is there a fence here? No. I was kind of thinking there would be a fence with a some form of gate or stile. Okay, I'm going to bring this over here. I mean, the thing is we're not going to get another clover cut from this field anyway. So, at least I'm not expecting there to be, because, oh, we're stuck. I'm not expecting there to be another clover cut, because it takes longer to grow clover than it does grass. So the grass, I'm expecting another at least partial cut of grass before the year's out, but clover will be into winter, and I don't think the clover will survive into early winter for us to get another cut. Although we could hedge our bets and try for it, and then if we are able to cut, we won't have damaged crop. The problem is if you take it back a stage of growth, you won't be able to cut it at all from driving over it. Whereas grass, I think grass you can still cut at a late growth stage. Oops. Let's back it up. Sit on the brake.